Alright guys, Dodge Caravan 3.6 V6. It's in the garage. It's been parked overnight. We got fluid on the floor. And it's all wet down here. Red fluid. That would be like ATF fluid, but by the look of it, it's leaking from the power steering pressure line. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so we got the parts here ready to go. ATF plus 4 recommend for this Dodge power steering system. This is the fluid that we're gonna use, red fluid. Here's the part number for the part, and here's the pressure line hose right here. Picked up the line already. The owner of this vehicle, he knows already what's the problem, so we kind of just went down here and look and investigate just to make sure that it's a pressure line. So we're just gonna quickly start the engine and let's take a look. All right guys, so this right here, this hose, this is the pressure line from the pump going to the gear. So I kind of stripped the insulator here. I kind of use the blade to strip it out and see if there's any fluid leaking from the crimp here. Mostly it leaks from the crimp to the hose. So let's keep an eye on that, and I'm gonna start the engine and then turn the wheel left and right. Alright, so you can see right there, there's fluid coming out from the crimp going down to the rubber hose right there. That's the one that we're gonna replace. So we're gonna be replacing that power steering line. I'm gonna show you the D.I.Y from the start to the finish. So let's get started. Alright guys, so first before we start working on this, we're just gonna take out the negative cable for the battery right there, and we're gonna be draining the fluid here first by taking out these two hoses right here, and we're just gonna put this one on the side, tuck it in, this big piece going to the power steering pump. So we'll quickly take this out. You're probably asking why I'm taking this out when I replace the pressure line. I'm taking this out because the owner put a different fluid in here. He put a clear power steering fluid instead of red ATF plus 4. So that's why I'm taking this out. At this point, if you have a good fluid, you don't need to take this out. You can skip the video, continue up to where I'm taking the power steering line underneath the vehicle. Alright guys, so here's the hose right there. Just let it hang up like that. It's not gonna leak anywhere. And then next we'll just go underneath the vehicle and let's take out that pressure line. Alright guys, so make sure jack up the front end. You got two jack stand right there. The more higher you have is the better to see it underneath. It's pretty tough to look at this thing way down here. Hopefully you can see it, but there you go. There's the line going across the subframe and going to the rack and pinion right here. Okay, right there. This is the line that we're gonna take out. You can see it's all wet right there, all the way up to the front and then to the pump right over there. All right, so let's go to the right side by the wheel well. We'll detach the line from that side, and then we'll work our way out. Take out this mounting bracket bolt right here. There's a second one, and I should let him know that that's a return line from the gear, from the rack right there. It's leaking too a little bit. I should let him know that. Alright guys, so we're back underneath here again. So you see that end of the hose right there? That's that power steering line right there. I cracked it open already. I just used the open end wrench 17 mil on this one. It's hard to see with the cameras on my face, and it's very tight area here. So basically it's right here. This is your position like that while you're gonna crack that nut loose. Just go back and forth like this, and then when it's loose, you just use your hand to unscrew that nut, and it's gonna be a big mess. So Make sure I put a rag underneath down here. It will catch the oil. It's gonna be hard to do this with one hand, so I'm gonna give it a try. Alright, so it's loose now. We just could just grab this with our hand on this side right here. We're just gonna spin it with our hand. Alright guys, so it's dripping down. Finally, it's loose. Right there. I'll just use my hand and then come around here and grab it. It's hard to do it with one hand when I'm down there. Alright guys, so next we'll take out these two bolts right here. Those are just a bracket bolt. This one is a 10 mil. Alright, so I just put a extension, 2-inch extension with a flex head on this bolt right here because the exhaust is on the way. Alright guys, so taking out this bracket here, it's easy on this side on the passenger, but on the driver's side it's really poor design because it's tucked in underneath this bracket, and this bracket is like the mounts for the engine mounts right there, attached with a bolt right there, the 16 mil socket, and same thing on the other side right here. There's a bolt right there, 16 millimeter socket right there, 2 bolts. Like, why would you do it in between this bracket to the frame? This is a subframe, so we can't take this out, not until we have to loosen and take out this bracket. So 2 bolts right there, loosen it up and see if we could move this bracket out so we could take out that nut right there. Alright guys, so we'll just use the impact here, take out that bolt right here on the top. I cracked this open already so that it's easy to come out. This one we're just gonna loosen a little bit, but we don't have to take it out. Just like that. And we could lift this whole bracket out. There you go. And now we can put a nut right here. 13 mil on that one. Make sure I use the deep socket one. There we go. Alright guys, check it out right there. There's like a stud nut right there. Alright, so this is loose. This whole thing is loose on this side. And now we're gonna loosen up on the rack at the end of this line right here. It's probably hard to see again. Alright guys, so there it goes. I use 18 open box end wrench on this one right here, and it fits nice and snug in there. So we're just gonna take this one out and make sure put a rag underneath because it's gonna make a big mess. Okay, it's gonna be hard to do this all in one using a wrench and a camera on the other side of the hand. So it's gonna quickly take this out. Alright guys, so this is super loose now. I put a rag underneath here. You don't want to leak anywhere with this thing. So it's super loose now. I'm gonna hand loosening it up so that it will come out. There we go. It's out. Okay, so this is free now to come out. I'll pull it out here, and then same thing on the other side. Be careful, it's gonna be leaking. Alright, there we go. Look at that. She's out. There you go. Here's the old one. Wow. It was leaking from this side right here with the pump side. Alright, so we'll compare this with the new one. Before we install, compare, make sure it's the right shape. Yeah, it's about right there. We're gonna transfer this bracket to the new hose right here. We're just gonna do that quick. Alright guys, check it out. I did this one already on the new hose, this bracket right here.